Hi guys, it's me Adrian, and I just wanted to talk about Lemmings today, the SEGA Mega Drive ROM, because I've gone ahead and modified the ROM and fixed a few bugs with the spelling in the game, and I wanted to put it out there. So I'm just going to quickly run through what I've changed in this ROM, and I'll explain about it, and there'll be a ROM download link in the bottom of the video description, so if you want to download it you can go ahead. Okay, firstly, let's go into it. That's the first thing you'll notice, is it flashes red just for a split second, but everything else works just fine. It doesn't normally flash red like that. That is because I've gone ahead and modified the ROM using a hex editor, and I think it's that red screen is trying to stop the checksum from booting up the game, but it just doesn't do it, so it doesn't succeed, so the game ends up booting up just fine. So everything's the same here. I haven't gone ahead and changed any of the levels. I haven't changed any of the items in any of the levels. I haven't changed the percentage or anything like that. Just the title of some of the levels was spelt wrong, and I went ahead and changed it so it's more closer to the Commodore Amiga original. Like, we'll go to Tricky. These are all the tricky levels, 1 to 30. Now, number 4, it says been there, seen it, done it. That is the proper original level title for this level. It's the one with the ascending columns, like that, see? In the original it just said the ascending pillar scenario, but there was already a level called the ascending pillar scenario later in Taxing. I think it was level 11. So they renamed the same level twice. So here I put as level 4 of Tricky, it's been there, seen it, done it, and I left level 11 of Taxing the way it originally was, the ascending pillar scenario, which is better like this. Why does it have to have 2 levels with the exact same title? It's just strange. Now the other thing is, I corrected some of the other titles to some of these levels, like Lovely Jubilee is now Lovely Jubly, not Lovely Jubilee. In the original version on the Mega Drive it was spelt differently. It was spelt Lovely Jubilee with the proper way to spell lovely, with an O, L-O-V-E-L-Y, and then it had J-U-B-I-L-E-E, Lovely Jubilee. Well, here it's Lovely Jubly, and this is the proper level title for this level 16 of Tricky, because that's what it is in the Commodore Amiga original, and that's also what it is on the Master System version. It's I believe it's taken from some British BBC comedy sitcom. I'm not sure if it's Only Fools and Horses or Last of the Summer Wine, but that's where that reference comes from, Lovely Jubbly. Someone in that show, one of those shows, said that, and the British developers of the original on the Commodore Amiga called it that, and somehow it must have got lost in English to Japanese translation, like a lot of games do, and when Sunsoft done it they spelt it wrong. I mean, what the hell is a Jubilee? Isn't that character from X-Men? I remember from watching the cartoon series as a kid, there was a character called Jubilee. But anyway, it's Lovely Jubbly. And the next level, level 17 of Tricky, is spelt properly. It's Diet Lemmingaid. It wasn't spelt right before. It was spelt, on the end it had A-I-D. That's a different aid. This is like lemonade, you know, Diet Lemmingade. That's how it should be spelt, with an A-D-E on the end. So I'll fix that. Yeah, everything else is the same there. You know, what am I doing? Let me get out of here. I don't want to talk about this for too long. I'll just show you some of the other changes. Taxing was the other one. Yeah, level 16 is now called Mary Poppins Land. That's the proper title for this level, not Umbrella Land. Why did they change it to Umbrella Land for the Mega Drive version of this? I have no idea, but it's now Mary Poppins Land. Everything is the same. You boot up the level, same music, same set of items on the bottom, same percentage that you have to get home. I haven't modified anything there, only the spelling errors in this game, only the level titles. So you got that, Mary Poppins Land. Everything else is pretty much the same. I was going to change this one to compression method. I was just going to take off the 1, but then I went and researched it, because that's what it's called in the original Mega version. Because on the Master System it just says compression method, there's no 1 on it. Now I know there's some other levels in this game that have, strangely they say the Part 2 version comes before the Part 1 version. Like there's a level called Libra, and then there's another one called Libra Part 2, but Libra Part 2 comes before Libra Part 1. I didn't change that, I just left that. It was really only the levels I've just shown you. The only one I'm keeping, because I like it, is 5 miles if you love Lemmings. I know the original is Smile if you love Lemmings, but I like 5 miles if you love Lemmings. It just sounds better. It's hard to say whether this one was a spelling error by Sunsoft or SEGA Japan, I don't know, or SEGA Europe, I don't know. But it looks to me like that might be an intentional change of the title, because if it was a mistake, I mean, why has it got the S on the end of mile? You know, because the 5 looks a bit like an S. So if it was a mistake, it would say 5 mile if you love Lemmings. That doesn't sound right. It's got to be 5 miles if you love Lemmings. But the original level on the Commodore Amiga and the Master System version is Smile if you love Lemmings. But I don't think that's an error. I don't think that's a mistake. So I just left that. I like it like that. It suits it. And everything else is the same. The only other edits I've done is in the credits. I can show you that now. So we'll just let the credits roll here. Now I put my own name in the credits here right at the end, because I think I deserve credit for this. Graphics designer was spelt wrong in the original. See how there it's corrected. I corrected the spelling there. It wasn't spelt. It had a typo in graphics, so I corrected that. And now graphics is now spelt the way it's supposed to be. That was another edit I done. So we're just waiting till it gets to the special thanks sections, and then you'll see my name on the screen. So I was able to do all this with a hex editor. That's the extent of my knowledge with ROM hacking. And I was lucky that it boots on real hardware. This is playing on a SEGA Mega Drive Model 1, a Power 50 Hz SEGA Mega Drive Model 1. I'm running it on the Mega EverDrive X7, and there's no issues. I've went and tried it on my analog Mega SG upstairs, and I can confirm it works perfectly up there. Doesn't crash or anything. The checksum doesn't stuff up. Everything works fine. So I know you're guaranteed this will work on a Power Mega Drive Model 1 and an analog Mega SG. I'm not sure about a Model 2 Mega Drive, but I'm pretty sure it would work on that. If it pretty much works on a Model 1 Mega Drive, it'll work on a Model 2 Mega Drive. So my name's coming up at the end. It's displayed where it says special thanks, my name. That's how I done it. It's after the English names, where it says Karen Shadley and all that. Here you are. See, very special thanks to me. And that's it, there's your game. So it's really, in all honesty, it's not a big ROM hack change or anything like that. I didn't touch the levels themselves. I just fixed up some of the spelling. And I just remembered something. There's one of them I just forgot to mention. It was a Mayhem one. So all they did was change the titles, guys. They didn't change the levels. Where's Mayhem? There is one I fixed in Mayhem, because it was spelt wrong. This is the European PAL version, so it shouldn't have American grammar. No added colours or lemmings. Notice the U in colours. That isn't normally there. I changed that. I put that in there because that's the original way to spell colours. I mean, the American and Japanese versions, I have not touched that. That is still COLORS, but here it's spelt with a U, the way it should be. It's the European PAL version. It's for the UK. It's for Europe. It's for Australia. That's the grammar we use. So I just went and changed that. But I'm sorry to say to all my North American fan base, if I do have any, this ROM is not for you, sadly. It will not work on your Genesis Model 1 or your Genesis Model 2. Sorry, I'll correct that. It does run, but when you get into the levels themselves, like, see here, what would happen was it goes all shaky, it goes all glitchy and it flashes and it hurts your eyes. That's what happens when you boot up the PAL version of Lemmings on a North American Genesis or a Japanese Mega Drive. It's doing that because this is already fully optimized for 50 Hertz, this ROM. It's not just music, but in graphics, everything, in frame rate. See the way they walk? They're walking fast, they're not walking slow. So I'm assuming that's what that is. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. You know, I'm going to leave everything else alone. So I'll just exit the game and go into it again. So don't freak when you see that little flash of red. See that? What would normally happen when you make hex editing and you don't know what the F you're doing, the red screen would come on and the ROM wouldn't work because it's been touched, it's been modified. But here I was able to get away with it. It doesn't happen. The red screen doesn't come up. The SEGA logo interferes and it wins the battle. So yeah, in hex view, I've got my name there. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm sorry if you want to run this on a Genesis Model 1 in 60 Hertz, you'll have to just use your original version. I haven't touched these ones, the Japanese version and the USA one. They're still the same. Hang on, that wasn't it. I've just boot up the USA version. Everything's the same. See, it says Sunsoft on the bottom. I haven't touched this, but since I've got it opened, oh no, I can't. I don't know the passwords for this one. It's all different. Anyway, it says no added colours or lemmings. It's spelled COLORS. I know that. So that's it, guys. I'm going to stop the video here. I'm not going to keep waffling on about it. That's all it is. It's just a little fix with spelling grammars, spelling mistakes. That's it. You know, if you're interested, download it. If you're not, don't download it. Whatever. But that's it. Okay. All right. Catch you later. Bye.